All right, so you just bought your camp only package for Hajj. I'm going to be going over the full overview of what you need to do, what your next steps are now that you've bought this package, because there's a very high chance you're not going to know what to do. And that's not really your fault. The actual Nusuk Hajj website, the brief for that package does not really tell you anything. All it tells you is that you're going to be there from 7th Dhul Hijjah to the 14th. It doesn't tell you what you need to do in Makkah, if you need to go to Medina. It doesn't tell you about your flight. It doesn't tell you anything because you have to do it all yourself. So I can understand that there can be a little bit of a panic. You don't know what your next steps are. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, your next step is going to be you have to apply for the Hajj visa right away. You cannot wait on this because Nusuk Hajj takes between 3 to 4, even some cases 5 or 6 business days to process these visas. And if you have any errors on your application, they're going to reach out to you. They're going to reach out to you and you're going to have to correct that. And then you have to resubmit it and then you have to wait another almost week, just for them to approve it. And that's cutting down on the time that you have left. So you need to act on that right away. Now, if you want information on the Hajj visa application itself, I suggest that you watch my latest video. I'm going to have it up in the top right corner. So make sure that you watch that so you know what to do. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through all the steps that you guys need to take for this camp only package. And I'm going to show you how I created my own deluxe VIP package for literally a fraction of the cost. I was able to get my hotels in Medina and Makkah, and transportation and airfare as well, and it was literally a fraction of the cost. You can see that the deluxe packages start at roughly 40 to 43, 44, 45,000 Saudi riyals per person, so over $10,000, $12,000 per person for your deluxe packages, which come with the same camp that you get with this camp only package. It's the Class C Al Mashayr, which is a North American camp, and there's going to be 30,000 people there, so there will be a lot of people there. I actually upgraded some portions of my own self-created package by getting a really nice hotel in Makkah and Medina. So I'm kind of leaning more towards the VIP side, the VIP Diamond side. And you can see on Nusuk Hajj that those packages were selling for 70,000, 75,000 Saudi riyals per person per package. That's over $20,000 per person. So if you have a group of 4 or 5 people, you're looking at 6 figures US dollars to go for Hajj, which is literally extortion in my opinion. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to head home. I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly what I did. And you kind of have to act on this now. As soon as you get your Hajj visa, as soon as you apply for a Hajj visa, might as well just jump on this because you already bought your package. You're not going to get a refund. So you need to just jump on this and do the next steps. I'm going to tell you the dates guideline of like when is the best time to arrive. So that you're going to have to play with the dates a little bit for the flights and see what works best for you because some of the prices for the flights are going up a lot. Same thing with the hotels. So you kind of need to act on this now. Please do not wait. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that if you just take a quick moment to like this video and share it with anybody you think that it will benefit, it'll be Sadaqah Jariyah for me and for yourself as well. As you know, there's probably thousands of us that have bought these packages and don't know what to do. And there's nobody really to help. If you reach out to Nusuk Hajj, they're not going to really tell you what to do at all. All they do is just send generic responses, so you have to just do everything on your own. Alhamdulillah, I was able to figure out and I want to help you. I want to share this knowledge, so please do share this. One of my goals for creating this YouTube channel is to create a place where my brothers and sisters in Islam are able to go for Umrah, go for Hajj, and not have to go bankrupt doing that. If you ever buy packages through travel agencies or anything like that, they will rip you off. I'm just being honest. I know that these companies are trying to make a living. There's some that are honest, but for the most part, most of them are not. And you shouldn't be extorted for your money just for going for ibadah. It's just wrong in my opinion. It's very bad practice. That's just something I have a passion for. I want to help people because I found out how to do this myself and I realized how affordable it is compared to going with a travel agency. So please, if you think that these videos will be beneficial, I recommend to subscribe to my channel and hit all alerts on the bell icon so you stay up to date. While I'm in Saudi Arabia doing Hajj, I will be making videos as much as possible. I'll be going live as well to show you guys the situation at Hajj and how it is for us Western pilgrims going on the journey for Hajj. So I'll be trying to document each and every step along the way. I'm going to head home right now and I will see you guys there. I'm going to go ahead and first go over the flight. I'm going to mention the dates that you should get your flight for since you only bought the camp only Mashayr package. I'm going to then get into the hotels section. So we're going to do this piece by piece. So let's start with the flights. So I'm going to turn over to my screen right now. Okay, so we're going to go to Saudia.com and we're going to get our flight. I've already bought my flight, so I'm just going to do a dummy. I'm not really going to order a flight, but just going to walk you through it. So as soon as you get on Saudia.com, you're just going to be on the home page here. Put in your airport. So your departure airport. Boy, the site is acting up. There we go. So I'm going to say Miami for myself. And we're going to go to Jeddah because that's usually the easiest ticket. You could do Medina, but just to show you for the sake of example. Okay, so we're going to depart. So Typically, you want to go June 15th or later. You do not want to depart on June 24th because it'll be too late by then. Everyone going into the Mina camps and things like that will already begin by then. So you want to do this before the 22nd. You should be in Saudi Arabia before the 22nd of June. So I went with the 18th because it would just work with my schedule, and I wanted to spend a few days in Medina first. So I ended up going from the 18th. So for sake of example, we'll just stick through with the 18th. Now, your return, the Hajj season officially ends July 1st. So technically, the travel operators for these camp packages will tell you cannot fly out July 1st, but you actually can, like towards the end of the day. So you can do July 1st or you can do onwards. To be on the safe side, I would say July 2nd, just to avoid any potential difficulties. So we've chosen our flight here. I'm going to just do one passenger. Guest class is Saudia's economy class. You can choose business or whatever class you prefer. Sometimes they have promos. When I booked my flight, they had a 30% off your base fare promo. So you can just Google, let's Google something and see Saudia Airlines promo code May 2023. Let's see if there's any promo codes real quick. Usually Deal Spotter is a good site. Let's see. Jeddah, no. Dar al Salam. Does not look like there is. Yeah, everything is unverified. Let's check 2 other ones and just see. Because if you guys can get a discount getting your flight, why not, right? It's not verified, so it's probably not going to work. Yeah. Yeah, Dar al Salam. Yeah, it's not. Okay, one more. Let's check. Let's check Noji. Open all codes. Let's see. Ramadan. Dar al Salam. Yeah, so no, it does not look like they have anything. So, as a matter of fact, let's see. Sometimes they have it on the home page too. That's where I notice a discount for my flights. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So yeah, it doesn't look like they have any ongoing promos. I mean, it's Hajj season, so they probably just, if they even had promos, they'd probably shut them down. All right, so let's go ahead and search. Okay, so look at this. They don't have anything for my dates, so we have to kind of alter this. We can go, they don't have anything for July 2nd. So no flights for July 2nd, none for the 30th. So we got to go, perhaps we can do July 3rd. You could do July 1st too, but I would rather stick with the 3rd to be on the safe side. So we'll go 18th to the 3rd. You could save another couple hundred if you were to go June 15th and return July 3rd. But it's not worth it because you're going to have to pay for hotels and stuff like that. So it's better just to stick with that. As a matter of fact, you can go there a little bit later and you can see it's a little bit cheaper. You see the 20th to the 3rd. It's $14.88. So let's go with that one. You can see business for going there is $1,700, which honestly, that's a pretty good price. I would actually go with the business ticket just for going there at least. So you get there in comfort, you know. The way back, it doesn't matter too much, but I would go there in business if I was going with this ticket. So anyways, let's go ahead and choose this one for the sake of example. You can see a flight. If you want to change your flight, say you have some change in plans, it's only $27 to change. And then cancellation is only an $80 fee. So Saudia has some really good policies. Saudi Airlines has some really good policies for changing and for cancellations. Unlike like other airlines like Emirates and things like that, they're very tough. And you get 125% miles. So definitely create your Al Fursan account. Let's select this. And our return flight, as you can see. So you want to go with obviously the more cost-effective ones. So this one looks like the shorter one right here. So we'll go with this one. Select. Okay. So continue your passenger. All right. So you're going to see your grand total here. $14.88, which is honestly a steal. If you go on Nusuk Hajj and you're able to buy one of your packages with your flight, you're going to see they charge you somewhere close to 9,000 riyals. And let's just calculate that real quick. To USD. $2,400. So they're making $1,000 on top of you. And to add on to that, it's only gonna be a flight from New York, JFK, or Washington, which is IAD, or perhaps from Chicago or LA. So if you're not in one of those states using one of those airports, you have to buy your domestic flight, which is another couple hundred. And keep in mind, the domestic flights, you have to pay extra for luggage. So you're looking at, who knows, quite a lot, you know. So that could be an easily $3,000 ticket right there that they're charging you. And with this, you get the connecting flights and everything for $14.88 out the door. Literally half the price. So right there, you're saving $1,500 per passenger. And you might begin to see the reason why I'm talking about Nusuk Hajj is I feel like they're trying to extort people with their packages. As soon as you get your flight confirmed, you'll receive an email with your e-ticket right away. Saudia is really good with that. So you're good to go here. You know, if you're taking your parents or anybody has disabilities or anything like that, you can go to your seats and extras and you can put in requests. Matter of fact, on your passenger details, you can put down special needs right here. So you can put you can choose from one of these options. Wheelchair for cabin seat, requires companion. Wheelchair for ramp, wheelchair for steps. If you have a deaf passenger, then meet and assist if you need it. But yeah, it's pretty easy. This is the easy part. The hard part now is the hotels. So let's switch over to the hotels and let me explain to you the details on that. So I want you guys to keep in mind June 20th to July 3rd. Now, and I'm going to base my examples based off of that. So June 20th, you arrive there. You can see it's a Delta flight from Miami to JFK. Then we have a 3 hours and 48 minutes stopover. JFK to Riyadh is 12 hours, then Riyadh to Jeddah. So it's a couple of flights, but what can you do? So you arrive to Jeddah on Wednesday, June 21st at 2:50, so 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock p.m. on the 21st. We're going to leave on Monday, July 3rd at 5:55 a.m. So we're going to open a new tab now. We're going to go to handydandybooking.com. That's usually where I do all my bookings because they have a pretty good loyalty program. You're going to arrive in Jeddah. You have an option. You can go from Jeddah straight to Medina, but you are going to be in the Haram boundary, so you will have to give what's called a dam if you're not going to go for and do Umrah in Majlul Haram. So do keep that in mind if you're going to Medina. That's what we're going to be doing since we're going to be heading direct from Jeddah to Medina. We're going to be getting a car and going there straight. So I'm going to go ahead and book according to what my plan is. So Masjid al-Nabawi Sharif, we're going to choose the 21st. And let's say we're going to stay there till the 23rd, till Jummah, right? Because 24th, you have to be back in Makkah. So we'll stay till the 23rd. Let's just go with what they have as an example. 3 adults, 1 room. And let's search and see. Now, the thing with the hotels, you're most likely right now going to find hotels pretty far away, to be honest with you, in Medina and in Makkah. There might be a few options, and I'm going to show you which ones. But the reason being, there's roughly about a month left till Hajj, you know. So most hotels are already booked out. Most of them were already pre-booked with Nusuk Hajj, so you're not even able to book them. But you just got to make do with what choices you have here. So let's go ahead and let's make this less than a half-mile distance from Masjid Nabi. This first hotel is Taiba Front Hotel. I love this hotel because it's very close, very easy to get to Masjid Nabi Sharif. It's $4,000 for 2 nights. Now that's $2,000 a night. That's pretty expensive. That's not worth it in my opinion. But if you're looking for the convenience, you know, that's a good option. And you can see this is a price for a royal villa. So you get 3 bedrooms, 1 living room, 5 bathrooms. It's huge. So this can accommodate a huge group. So if you're going with a whole group, this might not be that bad of an option. With the deluxe and the platinum packages and even the economy packages on Nusuk Hajj, they charge you the cost of this hotel. Like if it was $2,000, they're charging you almost that price. They're charging you per night, per hotel for each passenger, even though you're technically only going to get 1 room in the hotels. So they should only be charging you once for the hotels, but they're charging you for each passenger. And I just think that's ridiculous that they do that. So even if you were to go with a whole group, let's say that there were 6, 7, or maybe even 10 of you, $2,000 a night might not be a bad idea, you know, and you got a whole villa. So it's actually a pretty good price. Let's take, for example, the 14-day package that was a deluxe. That was 45,000 Saudi riyals on Nusuk Hajj, so 12,000. Now, we know that the camp package, I calculated, it's about $3,000 US just for that camp package. So out of the 12,000, let me pull up my calculator here. So 12,000 minus 3,000 is 9,000. So they're charging you 9,000 for your hotel in Makkah and Medina. You get 2 nights Medina and the rest is in Makkah. So on average, 14 days, because you have to keep your hotel in Makkah even while you're in the tents in in Mina, Muzdalifah, and Arafah, because you have to keep your luggage there. So you have to keep that hotel in Makkah. So let's divide that by 14. That's $642 per night, per person, per package. So if there was 3 of you, you're just at that $2,000 mark. Now, if there's more than 3 of you, you're literally saving by booking and just buying it one time as opposed to paying per person. But let's look at even better and more affordable options here. So Sajja Al Madina, I was actually looking at this one. I was considering it because it's pretty close. This hotel is 0.4 miles, as you can see. It's right behind the Anwar Al Madina Movenpick. It's basically behind that. There's like a building, and then there's one other building. There's that one road, that ring road. It's right off that ring road. So it's pretty close. It's not maybe a 5, 6, 7 minute walk max to Masjid Nabawi. This is $700 a night, which honestly, that's not that bad, you know? That's not bad for the location. Ruf Al Medina, it's closer, but $4,800, you're looking at $2,400 a night. I wouldn't recommend that. Leader Al Munakarim, honestly, these type of hotels, like, they're good. You can see the reviews are decent, but don't expect like really good amenities, because these are kind of those off-brand hotels. It is close, so this could be a good option too. And based off the reviews, it doesn't look that bad, to be honest. 1,400 reviews, average 7.5. Lee Bosphorus Waki Safi, you can see that's 8.7. That's not a bad option, you know. It's 0.4 miles, $500 a night, not bad at all. Let's see, Rual Hijra, I know this one is really close. $1,200 a night is a little bit pricey, to be honest. I wouldn't go for that. I've stayed at this hotel before. It's not that great, to be honest. But you can see these. Looks like these are the only options in less than half a mile. So, you know, like Late Bosphorus Hotel seems like a good option. Sajja Al Medina also seems like a good option. It has tons of reviews. If you want to get something a little bit far away, I actually ended up getting something far away because I wanted to rent a car and drive around in Medina too. So I got something pretty far away. But it's a nice hotel, and is very, very affordable too. And the cost of the car rental plus the hotel was cheaper than most of the hotels that you see here. So if you want to go a little bit farther out, you can see that some of these hotels, like when they have such less reviews, 22 reviews, and it's high star rating, I wouldn't trust that, to be honest. It's probably just most likely employees just rating it themselves, or very few people. So it's just not, I wouldn't risk that, to be honest. Let's see if there's any other good ones. Oasis Flavor. Most of these are very new, so I wouldn't trust them. Let's see if we can get something a little bit better. Let's go with 4 stars. Minimum 4 stars. Okay, so Seasons Hotel. This is new to Booking.com. It doesn't seem like that bad of an option, to be honest. It is 2 miles away, so you will need to rent a car or get an Uber or like a taxi every time you want to go to Masjid Nabawi Sharif, or anywhere basically. So do keep that in mind. Jamal Royal Apartments, I don't think I would trust that. Season Star Hotel Medina looks like it has a lot of reviews. 1.6 miles, but you get an executive suite at $300 a night. That's not bad, actually. That's actually a pretty good price, and you get breakfast included. Marriott Executive Apartments Medina, almost 3 miles away. I think this is close to the airport, if I'm not mistaken. $500 a night. This is a pretty nice hotel, and price is good. And if you rent a car, I mean, this might work out for you. And yeah, looks like it. So let's just, for example's sake, let's go with this one. And I kind of want to keep track of what our costs are looking like. So let's see. Let's hit reserve. Actually, let's go down to the room options and see. Okay, so you get breakfast. We'll go with 1. This is 1 bedroom apartment, 1 king sofa bed. You can get double beds. You can get a 2 bedroom apartment for a little bit more, which is not bad. Keep in mind, this is the price without VAT and 5% fee that they have, so it'll be close to $1,200. And that's just something that's unavoidable, unfortunately. Good thing about Booking.com is it has free cancellation, because you never know, plans might change, something might happen where you can't go, so you're able to, they're able to accommodate that for you. So you can see this is $1,255.68. So let's go $1,255.68. I'm going to just look for a rental car too, because this hotel is far away. So just for example's sake, we're going to have to look at a rental car here. Okay. All right. So let's go back and look at car rentals. And this is, keep in mind, it's 21 to the 23rd. So Medina. We'll go Medina Airport. We'll go 21 to the 23rd. Now, we get there at 3 p.m. and let's say by the time it's about a 4 or 5 hour drive, and getting out of the airport, stopping to eat, things like that, Let's be safe and say 10 p.m. Now, you're probably going to head on Friday when you check out your hotel. You're probably going to head straight to Masjid al-Haram. So instead of 10 p.m., let's drop that to right after. Let's do that right after Jummah. So let's say, you do Zuhur and everything. Let's say 3 p.m. And then you drop off your car and you head straight to Masjid al-Haram. You want to go with a good company. Hanco is good. They have Enterprise over there. Look at the price. $83 for 2 days. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, if you have more passengers, you can get bigger car. So you can get a compact. That economy is the smallest. Hyundai Accent. Hyundai Elantra, which is also really small. 110. Mazda 6. That's usually just going to be like a Corolla or something. Not a Mazda. 124. Let's see what else. So you can go with an SUV. That's a little bit more. About $100 a day. I would recommend to go with the SUV so you're at least in a little bit of comfort. So let's go with SUV here and see what the total cost is. So total price is $197.78. You can get insurance. It'll be $62, so $30 a day. So I would recommend to get insurance because this is a foreign country. You just want to be on the safe side. So I would recommend to get. It's only $30 a day. Let's factor that in. So $62.68 and $197.78. Okay, so plus $197.78 plus $62.68. So $15.16 so far. Not bad, not bad. $15.16. Now let's go and look for a hotel in Makkah. We're gonna type in Masjid al-Haram. One of my very first videos, you probably saw this, where I don't type in the city for the hotel. I type in the actual landmark because that's how you're able to get the distance closest to that landmark. So for Medina, it's gonna be Masjid Nabi Sharif. For Makkah, it's gonna be Masjid al-Haram. So Masjid al-Haram. We're going to do 23rd, and we had our flight till the 3rd. So 23rd to the 3rd. Okay, 3 adults, 1 room. All right, let's see. I know the price is going to be really crazy in Makkah. Because when I was booking, I paid pretty hefty, but still saved a lot of money. So, Swiss Hotel Al Maqam. If you're going to choose between Al Maqam and this Swiss hotel, I recommend to go with normal Swiss hotel because ratings are a little bit better, as you can see. And also the rooms, they are able to accommodate more people. They have more beds and things like that. They're a little bit bigger. You get the junior suite in Swiss Hotel Al Maqam, and that's usually just a king bed with a living room, and it's not that great, to be honest. So Swiss Hotel Makkah is the better option. You can see it's $10,500 for those 10 nights. That's not bad, actually. That's about $1,000 a night. But you're going to have taxes, things like that. You're going to look at about $12,000 something out the door. So I recommend to go with this. I actually am staying in Swiss Hotel myself. So I recommend to go with this, to be honest with you. And most of the like platinum packages usually have these type of hotels. This or maybe Fairmont. Fairmont's not an option. If there was, that would be much nicer. But Fairmont looks like there's no available rooms at all. They've all been pre-booked. So Swiss Hotel is also a good option if you want to go more on the VIP side of things. So 10,500. Let's look at some of the other ones. Nur Al Thuria. This is a little bit farther. This is behind the clock tower. Quite a walk, to be honest. It's 10-ish minutes, 15 minutes perhaps, because the roads and stuff are always closed and stuff like that. So 10 to 15 minutes to get to Masjid al-Haram. So do keep that in mind. Half the price. You can get a quad room, 4 beds, but to be honest, I'd rather just I'd rather stay in Swiss Hotel. You're in the clock tower building itself. There's a lot of accommodation there. It's just better in my opinion. Al Fakhama Orchid. Yeah, I don't know about that one, to be honest. Reviews look decent, but in Makkah you only have 200 reviews on a hotel. It's pretty new. I want to trust it. Even this one, Best Western. I mean, if you're from America, Best Western is not that great. I would not pay $1,000 a night plus for Best Western. No. And $389. So there's not much hotels. You can see there's only these ones available, to be honest. So for example's sake, we're going to go with Swiss. If you're currently booking your hotels and looking at options, trust me, go with Swiss before they sell out, because this will sell out very quick. So you can see they only have 7 rooms left on triple room with city view. Then 7 quadruple rooms left. You can see these are a little bit cheaper. If it's like 2 people, you can see you're down to $8,800. 9,000, but these are the small rooms. Now I put down 3 passengers, so we're gonna have to stick with this one. You can get a quad room for the same price, so I would go with the quad room, to be honest with you. Let's remove that one. You get an extra bed, so let's go with that one. As a matter of fact, you can see quadruple room with harem view. I mean, it's only 300 more. If you're gonna stay in the clock tower building, just at least get Haram view. Kaaba view, I mean, they might not have anything, but Haram view, at least you can see some of the Haram, you know. So that's not a bad option. Okay, Kaaba view is 11,492 versus 10,815. So yeah, it's about 600 more, which on 700 more, which honestly it's worth it because that's the Kaaba. So let's actually go ahead with that. 11,492. Okay, I'll reserve. Now let's look at the total price. Probably 13 and change, I'm guessing. 13,000 and change. Perhaps close to 14,000. Okay, 13,876. Okay. Plus 13,876.26. So your total cost, flight and hotel, is 15,392. Now, since we're going with 3 passengers, let me break it down. Let me factor in the other 2 flights. So our flight cost was 1488. I only added it once. So 1488.21 plus 1488.21. So your total 3 flights. 3 flights, a stay in Medina, a rental car, and your stay in Makkah is going to be 18,368. This is going to be from June 21st to July 3rd. So that's a total of 13 days. 18,368.82 divided by 13. 1,400 a day for hotel, cars, and everything. Okay? So 18,368.82 was our cost. Now, we know that the camp-only package is 3,000 per person. Basically, like almost exactly 3,000 per person. So let's go ahead and add in 9,000. So for 3 pretty VIP Hajj packages with everything included, it's going to be 27,368. If you divide that by 3, 9,100 per package. Now, if we remember, and we can actually go on to Nusuk Hajj to see it. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so you can see diamond package, 75,000 SAR. So 75 SAR to USD, $20,000. 52,976 triple. Here we go. 52,976 Saudi riyals. 14,127. And our cost is 91.22. So let's see the difference here. 14,127, 31. That's exactly $5,000 per package times 3. You're saving $15,000 on 3 packages if you were to go with this configuration. If you were to get the camp only, so that's a big saving right there. You know, alhamdulillah for that. And you kind of create your own package with your own freedom. You can decide how long to stay in Medina and what hotels to get in Makkah. So it's honestly, this is the better option in my opinion. And I hope inshallah you were able to get your camp only package. If not, alhamdulillah for you getting a package, because just getting a package itself is already so tough. So alhamdulillah for that. But inshallah, hopefully next year this might help you out. If you're considering you're not able to go for Hajj this year, next year now you know what to do, inshallah. So I'm just going to take a few minutes right now to go over some questions that I was not able to get to on my last video. So let's just hit sort by newest and let's go through them. So Taqwa asks, Salam, please tell me what I should do after I get the visa. Thank you for your video. They're very helpful. I did finish pay for the package and got the visa. What should I do now after? So Taqwa, I'm not sure which package you got, but if you got this camp only package, by now if you've watched this video all the way through, you know what to do. And alhamdulillah for that. If you bought your deluxe package or another type of package which already has everything included and you got your visa, you're set. You don't really need to do anything. I would just recommend that you get your vaccinations, like for meningitis or for COVID, if you haven't already, because that is a requirement, and you never know that they might ask you for that upon entry. So I do recommend to have that. But other than that, just start to prepare packing for Hajj, inshallah. If you got a package with everything included, most likely it's gonna be Medina first. So once you reach Medina, you can buy ihrams and things like that, and any supplies you need for when you go to Makkah and perform your first Umrah before Hajj. I'm going to actually be making a video as well on like what to pack and things like that and how to prep for Hajj. So inshallah, just be on the lookout for that as well. Samzok asks, I have a question. We registered after Eid al-Fitr and our application is still pending, waiting for approval. Do we have a chance for Hajj this year? And when's the deadline to approve everyone? Samzok, to be honest with you, as of right now, you're probably too late, to be honest with you, brother. You're going to probably have to go next year, because if your thing is still pending and waiting for approval, Nusuk is super slow. Nusuk Hajj is super slow. Their support is terrible. So I don't think they're going to get to it, to be honest. Omarel asks, if you are at step 6, are you done or not? It says processing the visa issuance application. Yes, you're done. Give it a few days. Even after you receive your visa, you're going to get it in the email. But after you receive it, it'll still show you as step 6, and then it goes to step 7. That's exactly what happened with my account. It took a few days, like I think 3 days later, and then it updated. It was really weird, but it happened, and now all the steps are done. Risky asks, brother, do we have to book everything via Nusuk web app this year? I saw some travel agents advertising Hajj package. I'm just confused since I was told that the regulation changed this year. Yeah, the travel agents, if they're trying to sell you, I wouldn't recommend going with them. You have to do everything through Nusuk Hajj. You have to get your package through there. There might be some travel agents who are able to perhaps book slots and things like that, but they're going to extort you pretty badly, and you're going to be paying crazy prices. So, brother, to be honest with you, if you're not able, if you haven't gotten a package right now already, I recommend you go next year, inshallah. Make niyyah for next year. And just make sure that you register and get everything done beforehand. I have a series of videos on how to register on Nusuk Hajj. So please just go through my channel and you'll find those videos, inshallah. I'm going to try to have a link up in the top right corner as well. So Mariam is asking, Salam, I just noticed my package is for Makkah only, Medina not included. I wired half the payment on 5/16. It's not posted on my account yet. Any idea what I should do now? First time going for Hajj. So you wired your payment on 5/16. And this was 3 days ago. It takes a few days, to be honest with you. It can take anywhere from 1 business day to even 5 business days. So, inshallah, I think by tomorrow or maybe the day after, you might see it. Just go on to, when you log in, hit my profile and check remittances on like the middle right. And see if you can see that on there. As soon as you see the wire payment, that's how you know that your payment succeeded. And make your second wire immediately right after, because you only have 3 days after that. So you want to do that right away. Manans is asking, brother Jazakallah, I'm going with my aunt and uncle, inshallah, and I'm not added as their companion, but if we go under the same package and tour guide plus flights, will we be together, and can we make payment as one payment, or do we have to do it separately? So brother, if you made separate accounts for Nusuk Hajj, like you log in and it's only you, and then you have to log in for your aunt and your uncle, I mean, if you get the same package, there's a good chance, but it's the best option is to be as companions. Just make one main account and make everybody else a companion, because that ensures that you're together. This way is there's no assurance on that, because the hotels you get and things like that on your different accounts, there's no guarantee that you're gonna be in the same room. You might be sharing that with somebody, or you might just get the room by yourself. We don't know. There's really no knowing. Last year when Motawif was handling it, it was a big mess. Like, people were put into rooms with other people, and it was just a big mess. I have a feeling the same thing might happen this year, to be honest. I don't really hold a high expectation because the track record is pretty bad. So inshallah that you're able to be together, but I would recommend to do that as companions and make payment as a lump sum, because you have to make payment separately for each account if you do it that way. So Munasir is saying, Assalamu alaikum, I'm hoping to go Hajj this year. I registered back in Ramadan. They've checked me out for 3 steps: create, verification, and announcing. I'm waiting for them to check off the 4th step, which is choose appropriate package. Honestly, I don't know if I'm supposed to wait. I'm confused what to do and scared of messing up because of my lack of knowledge. Please help me. So Manazir, you're actually, if you're on that, you're not supposed to wait for that 4th box. That means you're supposed to go to packages and choose a package if there's anything available. Right now, to be honest, there's a very slim chance of getting a package. Just keep trying. Inshallah, Allah knows best. If you have niyyah and Allah has destined you to go for Hajj, inshallah you will go this year. But just keep looking and keep trying and making dua, and inshallah you hopefully can find some packages. If it's just you yourself, you probably have a little bit more of a stronger chance, because getting one slot versus like for a whole group of like 4 or 5 people, it's very tough. So if it's just you yourself, you might be able to get a slot. So go on to packages and look. I made a video. Check my last 2 videos, and you'll see it'll guide you through what to do exactly. So please do check those out. So Humiyara says, Salam, I have a question. I got my package and paid, but I release after paying. I choose a package that will make me fly from different state. Got a Washington package instead of New York. Can I make a request to get flight from New York instead of Washington? You can try, but to be honest, knowing Nusuk Hajj, they're very terrible with their customer support. They're probably not going to change it. It's better for you just to get a connecting flight. Just buy a flight from wherever airport you're at to Washington, and that's going to be your best bet, to be honest with you. User says, brother, you mentioned Hajj approved flight. What is Hajj approved flight? Could you explain a little bit more? I have used Emirates to go to Jeddah, but not during Hajj. Thanks in advance, brother. So Hajj approved flight is basically any flight within a specific date to Saudi Arabia during Hajj season, and it can only be through Saudi Airlines. So Saudia Airlines is the only airline that's Hajj approved, and if you're getting a Hajj visa, you can only enter for Hajj in Saudi Arabia via Saudia Airlines. So you have to have, I believe, your flight before the 24th of June. So it has to be, I think you have to enter the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia before June 23rd. And I think it has to be after June 10th, if I'm not mistaken, June 10th to the 24th, within that date range, if I'm not mistaken. So just to keep that in mind, I would recommend going 15th or later, just to be on the safe side. So June 15th or later. But you have to be in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia before June 23rd. Talal says, I booked Hajj package. Nusuk system canceled my booking and changed my profile status to verified. The money is sent my net as credit. So, brother, if it is a technical issue, they will. If it is a technical issue, they will honor it. But to be honest with you, I think that's just giving false hope. I mean, inshallah, hopefully that's the case. But I wouldn't have the hopes up too high, because they do cancel. They've canceled a lot of bookings, and it's just they're terrible. You will get a refund. Like you'll get that money back. You should be able to have that money sent back to you. You will just need to get in touch with their support, and kind of, to be honest with you, kind of push them a lot. Keep reaching out until you can get somebody, maybe on the phone or email or something like that. You need to speak with someone direct at Nusuk Hajj and get that situated. Inshallah, it does. So ZM says, Jazakallah khair. Do we have to pay extra over and above the package prices for the visas and the 15% VAT added on top? No, so that's all inclusive. So your Hajj visa and the 15% VAT is included with your packages, which is, alhamdulillah, that's a good thing. Booza says, thanks for the info. Is the system automatically use the funds on remittances, or will the system automatically use the funds on remittances, or do you have to do something? No, it will do it automatically. Give it a few days. As soon as you hit 100%, give it a few days, like maybe a day or two, and it should automatically apply it to your booking, inshallah. So user says, would you recommend a hotel or apartment booked by Airbnb for this basic camp package? You can go either, to be honest. Airbnb, I wouldn't recommend as much, just because the hosts are going to most likely only be able to speak Arabic. So unless you know how to speak Arabic, that might be a better option. But if not, then I would stick with a hotel. Because at least you're able to communicate with staff and things like that. So hotel is going to be a better option in that case. But Airbnb, you can get a bigger place, maybe even a nicer place for a little bit cheaper, but it's going to be far away, especially in Medina and Makkah. Airbnb is going to be at least a mile and a half, 2 miles away from Haram. So keep that in mind, that you'll need to have some sort of accommodation for transportation. But yeah, it looks like I covered all the questions, and I really hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, again, please make sure to like this video, share it with whom you know, and comment any questions that you have below. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can, inshallah. Lastly, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to subscribe, because I'm going to be having a lot of Hajj 2023 content coming out. I'll be documenting my whole journey, my whole experience, and inshallah it'll be of benefit to you guys. Thank you so much for